Soldier hears the rumble of machinery and rushes to the trenches to warn. Ukrainian positions. 4 lightly armored infantry vehicles spread out in a line and move into open terrain. Ukrainian artillery opens fire. But the shells land nearby, failing to inflict direct hits on the vehicles. Suddenly, the leading IFV sharply changes course, veering off the road onto an open field. This was a spontaneous and highly risky decision, as the field could have been mined. However, it appears this section was left unmined, catching the Ukrainian forces by surprise. The Russian vehicle was now almost at the Ukrainian positions. At the same time, a kamikaze drone is in pursuit of another IFV. Look at how close an artillery shell landed to it, just a near miss. Yet, the drone doesn't relent, relentlessly chasing the vehicle, which the Russians had fortified with additional defenses before the assault. Just before the strike, it's clear they even constructed a shield from wooden logs, hoping to bolster its protection. After the impact, the crew abandons the vehicle and hastily flees. The Russians retreat so quickly that they even forget to close the doors behind them, significantly simplifying the task for the next drone. Let's return to the first IFV, which has already deployed its troops. Ukrainian soldiers, taking a favorable position on higher ground, strike at the vehicle. Take a closer look. You can see one of the Ukrainian soldiers making a precise shot with an RPG. A group of about 10 soldiers hastily retreats to the nearest greenery. Meanwhile, abandoned equipment is finished off with precise drone strikes. This IFV didn't even manage to leave the industrial zone before being destroyed almost immediately. Another infantry fighting vehicle does manage to push forward. But notice, the infantry flees, realizing the assault has failed. Despite this, The driver stubbornly continues moving under artillery fire, retracing almost the exact route across the open field. The driver manages to reach the designated point, but upon seeing that the previous IFV has already been destroyed, decides to bypass it and keep moving. However, his advance is short-lived. The vehicle is promptly struck by a precise RPG shot from a Ukrainian soldier. Look at the open doors. The infantry had long since abandoned the IFV, scattering in all directions. Left alone, the panicked and disoriented driver continued moving forward. However, this only worsened his situation. Kamikaze drones began targeting the vehicle. The IFV sustained damage, thick smoke billowing from it. A series of precise explosive drops from the drones ultimately rendered the vehicle immobile. The driver fled and, in desperation, took shelter in a Ukrainian trench. Fortunately for him, he survived, and eventually Ukrainian forces captured him as a prisoner.